Good morning, everyone. Chodesh Tov. So this week we're learning the tale of Korach and his rebellion against Moshe Rabbeinu. And we find two interesting things about Korach. The first thing is, every day in our daily prayers we say the psalm of the day, the hymn of the day. And for Monday, every Monday we say Hayom Yom Sheni B'Shabbat. And what is the psalm? It's Psalm 48. How does Psalm 48 begin? Shir Mizmor L'Bnei Korach, a song of praise by the sons of Korach. Now, if Korach was such a terrible person, how is it that his sons managed to have a psalm with their praises of God, and we, from all the 150 psalms, choose that as one of the daily 7 psalms that we say every week, to say it every Monday? The sons of Korach, what did they do to merit the special psalm? But the question even goes further. It goes to Korach himself. If Korach was such a villain, such a terrible guy, which he was, he led this awful rebellion, divided the community, he was swallowed alive in the ground, how come he merits an entire Torah portion named after him? Avram Avinu doesn't have a Torah portion. Moshe Rabbeinu, there's no portion called Parshat Moshe. But Korach, this terrible guy, gets a Torah portion named after him? Why would he merit that? So we find something very interesting. That Korach's kids followed him in the rebellion of Moshe Rabbeinu. If their father was attacking Moshe, they stood by their father's side. But when Moshe tried to reason with them, he said, listen, it's enough. You're a tribe of Levi. Why do you seek greater honor? Be happy, content that you're Levites. Why do you want to be Kohens and take the role of my brother? He couldn't influence Korach. Korach went down in the ground. But his kids were standing and listening. And his words may have fallen on deaf ears for Korach, but his kids got the message. And our rabbis say Korach's kids stepped aside and they said, Daddy, we're not doing this anymore. And while Korach was swallowed up alive, his kids were saved. And that's why they wrote a psalm, King David in their honor, about their praise of God. And every week we remember the sons of Korach, because it's a very powerful lesson. The lesson is, we tend to follow our friends, our family members, but sometimes we have to know how to draw the line and say, you know what, you may be my father, but I can't follow you blindly just because you're my father, or just because you're my brother, or whatever it may be. There's right and wrong, and it has to transcend allegiance to family or to party or to friendship. I have to do what's morally and spiritually right. And that words never go unheard. Even if you're talking to someone and you think they're not listening to you, you may think, I failed. I tried to convince this person, I didn't. But you never know who overheard what you said, like Korach's kids. You may have not influenced the person you're talking to, but you may have influenced the children. So therefore, don't be discouraged. Try to influence others in a positive way. The Tzemach Tzedek, the third Lubavitcher Rebbe, said, how come when children fight, I hate you, I don't want to talk to you for the rest of my life. 10 minutes later, the kids are playing nicely. But adults, when one adult says, I don't want to talk to you for the rest of my life, he means it literally. He won't talk to them for the rest of his life. So the Tzemach Tzedek says, adults choose to be right rather than to be happy. Children choose to be happy rather than to be right. Korach went down into the ground, but his children said, we don't want to be a part of this quarrel. They stepped aside and they were saved. But why would a Torah portion be named after Korach? So the Lubavitcher Rebbe, whose yahrzeit is this Shabbos, says the following. He says, there's something good about Korach. You know, I got a call from my friend Rabbi Chaim Danziger. He's the Chabad rabbi in Rostov, Russia. And he called me and says, listen, Moshe, the FIFA games are starting in Rostov. You want to come over? You could be my guest. You'll have a good time. Millions of people are watching the World Cup now. So Lubavitcher Rebbe once said the following. He said, how come, you ever go to a football game or any soccer match or any baseball game, if it's the end of the game and one team is losing by a big margin, people start leaving the stadium early. Because I want to get out before the traffic, before the jam, right? So the Rebbe said, how come the players never walk off the court? If it's the 9th inning or it's the last 2 minutes in a basketball game and you're losing by 20 points, there's no way you could win. Why doesn't the other team get off the court and give it up, just like the fans start leaving the stadium? The Rebbe said the following. He said there's a difference between a player and a spectator. A player plays till the end, no matter what. A spectator, I'm just observing. So when it's not in my interest anymore, I just walk away. And the Rebbe said the message is that we have to be players in Judaism, not spectators. In other words, what we could learn from Korach on the positive side is, sometimes we look at our leaders and we say, let them do the work. I'll be a spectator. Torah says no. What the good element of Korach was, that he wanted to be the high priest himself. Yes, he wanted the honor, but he also wanted the responsibilities and the obligations and the restrictions of being a high priest. Because he said, it's not enough for me to just be a spectator. I want to be a player. And I think our society has to learn this lesson, because with social media and television, we've become a society of spectators, couch potatoes. We sit and watch everyone else. We live vicariously through other people's experiences. And we're happy to watch other people on YouTube, on television, this. And the message is, as we always tell our kids, don't watch the games, go out and play the game. And that's true in all of life. Don't just watch other people, the famous and the entertainers and the this. Get involved, be a player in life, don't just be a spectator. And when you see other people doing good things, whether it's for Israel, whether it's for the Jewish people, whatever it is, don't just say, I'm behind you, I support you, I'm rooting for you, I'm voting for you, but try to roll up your sleeves and get involved, because God wants us to be players, not just spectators in life.